welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to another helping of a very special podcast. This is your favorite podcast in which we talk about television series from yesteryear and then discuss it over Thanksgiving dinner. And I'm your host, Patrick M. Dunn, and I'm joined here, as always, by my chef of the evening, Kat Halstead, the cookor. Welcome back, Kat.
Well, thank you, Patrick.
Yeah, or should I call you Kitty tonight in honor of tonight's main event?
You know, the only person who has ever called me Kitty was Axton, and that only lasted like a week.
Really? I felt like in our old AOL days, I felt like you insisted on us calling you Kitty for a short period of time, or Kitty Cat or something.
No.
I don't know.
No, that wasn't me. That was somebody else.
That was the other Kat Halstead, the dead Kat Halstead.
Your ass is gonna get so haunted.
I know. I finally just saged her out. I just burned some sage, put some salt around my perimeter, finally escaped those demons. And what do? I just reel her back in. You know what? We're heavy for reboots these days. We're itching for reboots. We got all kinds of crazy ass reboots coming. And why not do a reboot of me being haunted by the other Kat Halstead, the author?
Better you than me.
I guess so. You know what? Maybe we can bring back that Gold Rush era ghost who walked through your bathroom one day. Maybe we could have a ghost sitcom scenario.
Alrighty.
I'm excited. You're excited. It's Thanksgiving season-ish. We're not pulling out Christmas yet. Nope. I refuse to do it.
Not yet.
I know that you in your private life, you might be fucking watching Christmas Prince and Me or whatever the fuck it's called. Not this dude.
I just the other night finally watched the Christmas Prince Part 2 Royal Wedding. It's been out for a year and I just nope.
And just for the record, this is not a jovial movie about the artist formerly known as Prince and then became reknown as Prince. No. It's not him decorating a Christmas tree and singing all his hits in front of a Rockefeller Plaza.
Though I have friends who would be like, oh, who would have loved something like that, man? I got some Prince fans in my life.
I'm one of them, girl. I'm one of them, but nope. It's instead it's about a prince, an actual prince.
It's this small fictional country, it's basic BS Christmas movie that does, it's it's not Hallmark quality, it's barely Lifetime quality, but it's a Netflix movie. Ugh. And the first one was fucking ridiculous. There were wolves and shit. It was a wild ride.
It's a crossover with White Fang.
And the second one was okay. And they got a third one coming out too, so.
You gotta strike when the iron's hot, that's all I gotta say. Everyone's in demand for these shitty Christmas movies, so just do them. Just do them, girl. Just do them while you got it. All right, tonight, we're going back 21 years. Think about that. Yes, this show has been on the air for 21 years. Just think about it. The year that this show premiered.
Oh, God.
1998. If you were born this fall, you're old enough to drink alcohol right now. These people are partying right now. Think about that, Kat Halstead.
Oh my God.
It's been 21 years since we've welcomed these people into our lives. It feels like it's been 8 years, maybe.
God, for real.
And, so we're doing a hot episode of That 70s Show. The first season, episode 9, I believe, Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
It's actually just called Thanksgiving, right?
Yes.
Yes,
it's called Thanksgiving.
Just a ho-dum Thanksgiving epised. I went into it super excited. I think I was mixing it up with another Thanksgiving episode.
Yeah, I think,
of the show.
Because of the way, I definitely had it, parts of this mixed up with the one later, a few seasons later, where, Eric tries to announce that he and Donna are engaged, but he can't because Kelso brings his math teacher over for Thanksgiving dinner as his date, and he's failing math.
Kelso's after those cougars. Look at him go.
That's a whole other situation in and of itself.
All right, so instead, we get the first season Thanksgiving episode. It's where the foreman's sister comes back from college. What? Lisa Robin Kelly?
This is where Lori comes home for Thanksgiving and she brings her friend Kate. Kate makes out with Eric. Donna gets mad and Bob offers Red a job.
Yeah, because we just recently found out that Red wasn't laid off from work. He was just his hours were scaled back to part-time hours, and
yeah,
I don't know,
So it's the plant that he works at is still up and running, but he only maybe works 1 or 2 days a week. kind of thing.
And he feels very...
Instead of, like, working 5 days a week like he was before.
And he feels very demasculated, because he's the provider of the family.
Yes.
And he feels like that he's not able to come home and put food on the table anymore. And I don't know, they're scrimping and saving. They're probably eating a lot of leftovers. Kitty's clipping a lot of coupons, maybe. I don't know. Maybe she's like hosting Tupperware parties to get some extra change. Who knows? Who knows what Kitty's doing?
I mean, Kitty is a nurse, so she does have a job.
That is. Oh yeah. I forgot. Sorry, girl. It's been a while since I've really like dipped into the show. But does she work all the time? Is she a full-time worker?
Yeah.
Really?
I think so. Yeah. It's just we see it when we need to see it. We'll hear about her pulling extra shifts every so often.
It seems like she has a lot of free time for someone who just pulls a lot of nurses' shifts.
Maybe back then nursing shifts were shorter.
Who knows? I don't know, but you know what? Her kids are older. She really likes to take care of Eric. Laurie's out of the house. For the most part, Eric is pretty self-sufficient for the most part. He's got his friend. Well, I guess Kitty's got to take care of the gang, so I don't know. There's them.
Eric has to, like, wheel in, like, control all these, like, ridiculous people.
Yeah, he's got a motley crew of friends.
Who would not be friends with each other if it was not for Eric. Eric is the person who connects them all at the end of the day.
All right, so let's connect this friend group. So who is Eric actually friends with? Hyde, maybe? Are they actually friends?
Okay, yeah. Eric and Hyde are friends, and then Eric and Donna, of course. And, like, I feel this is the way I see it. They, like, were all the kids who played together as little kids. Eric, Donna, Hyde, and Kelso. And they're, like, still hanging out together, I think that's that kind of situation is, like, those four have been friends for, like, since, like, kindergarten or whatever.
Yeah.
And they're going to keep being friends until, they're actually forced away from each other and grow apart. And then like, Fez kind of latched on. And Jackie came in because of Kelso.
Okay, yeah. So they have this little motley crew. They all hang out at the Foreman basement. That's kind of their hideout. They go down there. They smoke a reefer. Maybe every now and then Eric can steal a few of his dad's beers, and I don't know, they have to split like 3 of them.
Mm-hmm.
Get a hot little buzz, and then I don't know. All of a sudden, Eric has to go upstairs to talk to his dad, and the room's spinning, and the wallpaper on the wall's moving, and all these crazy things are happening. Maybe the pie on the dinner table is talking to him. Who knows? Who knows what's happening? Weird stuff happens. So that's 70s show. So we're gonna before we get into that world, I kind of want to paint the landscape. That is November 22nd, 1998. It was a Sunday night. It all happened on a Sunday, and this is kind of it's not an exciting night of television. I think Fox. This is like a great night for Fox television. This is kind of that era where Fox was king of Sunday nights.
Okay.
And the other networks were kind of scrambling to build a decent lineup around it. So you ready? You ready for this hot night? You want to start off with the alphabet? Our good friends at ABC.
Let's hit up ABC first.
All right, we're going to the movies. We're going to spend a whole night at the movies because that's what ABC had to offer us in 1998. So at 7:00, we got a cinematic release of a classic, a Tim Allen classic. Any guesses? Any hot guesses?
The Santa Claus?
You got it, girl. Tim Allen is just a regular dude. Santa breaks his hip or something, and Tim Allen has to become Santa Claus. And...
Oh my God! You don't know how the Santa Claus goes? He's Scott Calvin. Santa falls off his roof. He puts on the suit, and he becomes Santa Claus, and nobody believes him except for his son Charlie. He doesn't even believe it.
25 years since I've last seen the Santa Claus. I'm just going by random memories I have of it.
You mean you don't watch the Santa Claus multiple times every year?
You know what? We've talked about this before. I'm not a Tim Allen fan. Tim Allen's my kryptonite. Just anything he's ever really been in, I've just been kind of pushed away from it. I mean, I watched Home Improvement back in the day. Mm-hmm. I never got into his movies. Stayed on the outskirts of town for those. I mean, I've seen them. Maybe I was forced to watch them in 6th grade homeroom when, it was the end of the school year or something. And we had to watch, I don't know, what's that movie with him and Kirstie Alley, maybe?
Oh, that's for richer or poor or something.
Oh, yeah. That's my only Tim Allen,
Okay, so you're telling me, have you seen Christmas with the Cranks?
Nope.
Oh my God, oh my God, Patrick. Okay, what are you going to do when we do a Tim Allen month?
I'm going to watch Tim Allen, all these Tim Allen shows and movies, and then I'm just going to just talk shit about him. I'm going to use it as Tim Allen.
Oh my god.
Tim Allen February coming at you to a podcast near you. Get ready, girl. Get ready, girl. All right. You ready? You ready for what's following the Santa Claus 1994?
Yeah, it was after the American classic, The Santa Claus.
All right. I remember this coming out. I remember this is a made-for-TV movie. It's based on a book, play, and a movie, starring Christopher Reeve, Daryl Hannah, Robert Forster. R.I.P. Robert Forster. Rare Window.
Okay, yeah.
So this was
This is based off the Alfred Hitchcock film.
Yes, I believe this one is more geared towards the original short story and is less of a Hitchcockian take on it. So basically, I don't know, he's just Christopher Reeve. He's obviously a quadriplegic, and he kind of plays a quadriplegic who now has to spend his days being a voyeur, and he thinks that his one of his neighbors murdered his wife and hid the body, and I don't know, no one believes him kind of thing. I remember it coming out. I remember seeing, I don't know, maybe it was on the cover of TV Guide or something, but I never watched it. I didn't watch it. I didn't really care for it.
Yeah, I didn't watch it for sure. I
knew where I was.
I remember seeing commercials for it.
Yeah, I kind of remember.
But I definitely didn't watch it.
I want to say I think Christopher Reeve directed it too.
Possibly. He was a man of many trades.
Yeah, according to my hot television data, he was an executive producer. I don't see any direction credits, so I don't know. He at least was behind it. He put his hands in the pot more than one places. Mm-hmm. You ready? You ready to head over to the Tiffany Network? You want to see what CBS is up to tonight?
What was going on CBS?
All right, it's kind of it's a familiar night. Things kick off with 60 Minutes. Tick, tick, tick. We probably get some hot stories on whatever's going on in the world in November of 1998. Can't quite remember specifically. I feel like we're post Clinton crisis. We're post the impeachment trial, so probably not talking about that anymore.
Are you sure?
That was the beginning. I very specifically remember that being the beginning of 1998.
Okay, no. It has to be sometime in this period because I have the VHS of the impeachment hearing. Like, actually, like, impeaching him on, like, by Congress.
All right, let's see. Let's do it 1998.
And I recorded that in Colorado. Because in the summer, Clinton did the whole, I did not have sexual relations. And I remember telling my brother that he was lying because of the way he was moving his hands.
All right, so January was when Clinton denied the allegations, January of 1998.
Okay.
The impeachment, oh, yeah, you might be right, because the Star Report was September of this year. So, okay, yeah, you're probably right. I don't know.
Okay.
Who knows? It was a long year. That's all I got to say.
It was
a long fucking year.
Like, this is the year I moved to Colorado, so.
All right, well, who cares? You ready to talk about what's on CBS 8 o'clock? You ready? Any guesses? I feel like you can get this. We've talked about it before. We've never watched it for the show, but we've talked about it.
Murder, She Wrote?
No, Murder, She Wrote is done.
I don't know. Murder, She Wrote just went on for so long.
It's another Sunday night staple for CBS, on for many years. Old people loved it. Very procedural in a way. It spawned some spin-offs over the years. I believe it even had some made-for-TV movies. It's very godly. Very godly.
Oh, Touched by an Angel.
You got it. You got it, girl. This is that whole Touched by an Angel that just sweeped America, took America by storm. Probably like mid-America, because I never fucking watched this shit.
I would watch it once in a while, but not very often.
Yeah, I don't know. It wasn't for me. It wasn't for me. All right. 9 o'clock. We'll go into the movies, a made-for-TV movie. Something called Saint Maybe. It's a Hallmark movie, it says. It's a Hallmark main event. I'm guessing CBS had some kind of deal with Hallmark at the time?
Yeah. CBS used to do all the Hallmark movies. Like, because they used to be, like, the Hallmark Hall of Fame presentation, like, every so often.
Tonight on a Hallmark.
Like, a couple times a year. Like, there's the one with Betty White and, like, Jennifer Love Hewitt.
Tonight on a Hallmark Hall of Fame, Blythe Danner is in a play based on a novel by Ann Tyler, Saint Maybe. When a teen becomes angry when his older brother marries a flaky divorcee with 2 children, he begins to suspect she is unfaithful and tells his brother that their new baby is illegitimate. This causes a series of family tragedies, resulting in the death of his brother and sister-in-law's suicide. Whoa. Guilt-ridden and seeking redemption, The young man is determined to raise his brother's orphan family.
Jeez.
This sounds like a, it could have been like a soap opera.
Hold on.
Is this Party of Five?
Oh my god. It totally sounds like an Ann Tyler book, too. Oh my god. Hold on. I pulled up the Hallmark Movies Now app on my laptop. I'm going to see if this gem is there.
I will tell you, I have access to the ratings. This was the highest rating thing of the night. This beat Rare Window. This beat the Santa Claus.
Oh my god.
This beat 60 Minutes. This beat anything Fox had to offer us. So, ooga. Oh my god. Hallmark Hall of Fame. That's probably why they invented a whole network around them. Because of these wildly successful movies.
Exactly.
You ready? You ready for Fox? You ready to move over to the Foxy lady?
Yeah.
7 o'clock.
What's happening on Fox?
This is an hour. King of Hill wasn't quite on at this time yet, so this is when Fox just shit out whatever they could. We got an hour of the world's funniest.
Oh, okay.
This is probably people getting hit in the nuts with pool balls and people falling off ladders. It's just kind of like their take on America's Funniest Home Videos, which is not on tonight apparently. Probably because it's close to Thanksgiving. They want to have their Christmas-themed movies on ABC, so you know what?
Yeah.
Fox is like, you know what? We're gonna make you laugh tonight. We're gonna watch you have like babies say swear words and stuff. Who knows? Get ready for an hour of that.
Whatever low-class thing was going on with Fox back in the day.
Early to mid to late 90s memes. I'm excited for the next 2 hours because I totally watched this whole block.
Okay.
We kick things off at 8 o'clock with our favorite family. Or one of our favorite family, The Simpsons. Oh, yeah. Lisa gets an A.
Okay.
This is the one where Lisa cheats on a test because, I don't know, she was slipping in her grades, and all kinds of crazy stuff happens.
Yeah. Okay.
She forgets to study one night. I don't fucking know. I forget. Following, we spent Thanksgiving with the Foremans and Friends on The 70s Show. We'll get there in a hot minute. Following an hour of comedy, we get presented for the first time ever in widescreen tonight. Tonight is The X-Files, the episode The Triangle, which takes place in the Bermuda Triangle. Scully and Mulder, I don't know, they magically end up on a boat from 1939 and trying to solve the mystery of this missing boat. And I don't know, I just remember the advertisement was like, presented in widescreen for the first time ever. So ooga. And there was, they did one of those scenes where it's one long shot where, you know, they didn't cut away. They just kind of did this long 10-minute scene. Yeah. Yeah, you know, like that was like a gimmick back in the day. Mm-hmm. You ready for a boring night at NBC?
Yeah, what was happening at NBC?
All right, we get 2 hours of Dateline. So from 7 to 9, 2 episodes of Dateline. What the fuck?
2 episodes of Dateline? Is it the same case, just broken up?
I don't know. It just says 7 to 8 Dateline, 8 to 9 Dateline, so I don't know. And Dateline doesn't really air reruns, so I don't know. Who knows?
Like, they do, but then they'll be like, they have updates of the stuff or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know, but...
Just like 48 hours. Like, if there's like an update in the case, they'll air like the whole damn thing and be like, and then just this week, such and such happened at this courthouse in Wisconsin.
They probably didn't have much to talk about. Maybe you know, maybe they're saving their heavy hitters for December. They're probably going to have, I don't know, the Rockefeller Plaza tree lighting coming up and saving their guns. They're saving their big guns. All right.
I mean, to be fair, like, this was before the true crime wave.
That is true.
Of television, you know?
I know, because I've always tried to look to see, like, what specifically Dateline episodes were on, but we really didn't... a lot of the TV tracking websites didn't really keep track of the specific episodes on a lot of these news magazine shows until 10 years ago, maybe. Because I could tell you what 48 Hours and Dateline episode was on in, 2011 this week, but I couldn't. 1998, I don't know. I don't have any hot data on it. Yeah. And some of the older TV Guide archives, it didn't really keep track of that either. Unless you're a sitcom or a drama or a movie or something. We don't really have that data.
Which I think sort of makes sense considering that they were very like of that day, of that week type things.
Yeah, because a lot of these things were put together last minute kind of. They had a week to put the shit together. And TV Guides were, they had their little grid published in advance for the most part. Yeah. So like they're going to write about, I don't know, the Star Report or whatever it was. Yeah. 10 Stars Report. All right. You ready to end the night at NBC? You ready to see what they had to end the night with? It's the network premiere of 1995 cinematic Get Shorty. Oh, yeah. Get Shorty, which I've never seen, by the way.
I honestly can't remember if I've seen Get Shorty.
It's by the same author.
I think I have.
What's that movie with George Clooney and Jennifer Lopez? They're spies, I think, or FBI agents.
I don't know.
Out of Sight? Is that it? Out of Sight?
I honestly don't know.
It's by the author who originally wrote the novel Get Shorty. He's written a bunch of books that have been based on popular movies, and Get Shorty, I think, was one of the attempts at it. And I just remembered having a hot cast, just had a wild cast, and just seeing all the stuff about it, and it just never crossed my path. I never just turned it on. I never rented it. I never just stopped and watched it on Cinemax.
Yeah.
Just one of those movies. And you know what? I've come across it on some of the streaming apps, and I'm like, oh, Get Shorty's on here. Maybe I'll check this out. And then I'm just like, oh, I'm going to watch this instead.
Yeah.
I'm going to watch Perry Mason instead.
That's so on brand.
All right, so that's that night of television. On a scale of 1 out of 5 quadriplegic voyeurs, how many quadriplegic voyeurs would you give this episode?
You mean this night?
Yes, this night. I'm sorry.
I give it 2. It's not a great night.
Yeah, I'm like, Fox is holding this night up. Fox, their shoulders hurt. I think, their shoulders are tired from supporting this night for so long.
Yeah.
Even the episodes that Fox had to offer this night, like this episode of The Simpsons, this episode of That 70s Show, this episode of The X-Files, not particularly favorite episodes of mine. I don't know. Sorry, girl. Next.
To be fair, with That 70s Show, this is when the show was still trying to find its footing.
Yeah, we'll get into it. We'll get into it, because I believe I sent you a hot DM after I watched this, and I immediately said, this was kind of a mediocre episode of That 70s Show. I went in expecting a lot more. And
for some reason, I always am convinced that we're going to see Red's mother in this episode whenever I watch it, and then I remember, once I get into it, I'm like, oh, wait, that's a different Sunday. It's like a Sunday night dinner episode.
Where? I'm not going to lie. I peeked ahead to the next episode. The episode that aired after this is when Mrs. Foreman visits.
Okay.
And I was like, really? They could have just gotten her for this fucking episode?
Yeah, seriously.
Maybe they just wanted to tease her. They just wanted to tease the character. Or maybe when they were writing the episode, they were trying to cast her, but they couldn't nail the casting yet. So they're like, we'll just save all these shenanigans for the next episode when we finally got her.
They were like, which 1970s sitcom star do we want as Red's mother?
Yeah, so maybe they hadn't quite sealed the deal yet. And,
yeah.
But then they had to scramble, and they had to use, the script for, a random dinner party. Who knows? That's my theory. That's my hot theory.
Probably.
All right. You ready to take us into this world of That 70s Show Thanksgiving? It's a random Thursday in the fall of 76.
So we start off on the day before. They're at the bus station waiting for Lori, and it's freezing cold out. And I'm gonna be like, Wisconsin, November? Yeah, it's gonna be freaking cold out. You're gonna be bundled up because it's so damn cold. And it's that cold you feel in your bones.
Yeah, I'm just gonna throw this out there. The actors did a very great job of just relaying the sense of frigidness. Because I was watching this, and it was kind of a chilly night when I was watching this. I actually had the heat on earlier in the day.
Yeah.
And I was under my covers. I was all toasty and warm and snug. And then I saw Red, Eric, and Kitty just bundled up with each other. They're just wearing those puffy jackets. They're shivering, huddling up close together, rubbing their hands together. They had the mittens on, the little earmuff things, and all I could think was, I'm actually cold right now. Their feeling of cold bounced out of the TV and into me and went up my spine, shivers down my spine, body shaking all the time.
Yeah, so they're cold, they're waiting for Lori. Red refuses to wait in the car and have the heat on because he doesn't want to waste gas because gas is so expensive at this point.
Yeah, we're in the gas crisis. We're in the midst of the gas crisis. Red's lost his main source of income for the most part, so he's I can only afford to fill the tank once a month. And, we had to blow a quarter of a tank just to come here to this bus stop. I got the sense that the bus station's probably far away. Mm-hmm. A bit of a drive. It's probably on the other side of town, on the outskirts maybe. Yeah. Who knows? Where do they live? Point Pleasant, Wisconsin or something? Yeah,
they live in Point Pleasant, Wisconsin.
Is that a real place?
I don't know. I feel like we've talked about this.
It's a suburb, but city-like too in a way.
There are Point Pleasants, but they're not in Wisconsin. Like, it's a fictional city in Wisconsin.
Okay. But it's a suburb, but it's near a city is what I gathered.
Oh, no, there is a Point Pleasant, Wisconsin. But it's like in an unincorporated community in the town of Brooklyn, Green Lake County, Wisconsin. So it's not even like a real town.
So it's a small village community of a town.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like a bedroom community.
A bedroom community? I like it.
Where people like just live, and maybe there's a gas station where there's like no shopping, there's no industry.
You gotta head over to the next town kind of thing if you really want to do heavy duty shopping. I mean, they might have a corner store, maybe where you can buy your victuals, you can buy your bread and eggs and milk.
Yeah.
But if you want to, if you need like new clothes and stuff, you gotta head over. You gotta go to Woolworths in the town over.
Exactly.
I always kind of got the sense that that 70s Shows town it kind of reminded me of the town that I grew up in, where we were a suburb, but we were next to some major cities.
Mm-hmm.
And we really didn't, like, we had grocery shopping in our town, sort of, but you had to go to the outskirts of town. It wasn't, right down the road.
Like, it kind of reminds me of, like, where I grew up. Like, sure, you had, like, some businesses and stuff, and then, but, like, the way the town was set up, like, if you wanted to go to, like, a big grocery store, you had to go to a couple towns over kind of thing.
They always seem to have conveniences, so, if they needed a roller disco, there just happened to be a roller disco in town. If they needed them...
There's a roller disco nearby enough, I
don't know. I kind of want to see a map of the town. I would just love is there a website out there that is just...
No, I don't think so.
Fuck yeah, that 70s Show Tumblr page that just created a map of the town they live in.
No, probably not, because they really just hang out in Foreman's basement.
And the water tower, the little water tower thing too. Mm-hmm. I will say, so this show came out, I believe the show premiered our junior year of high school, or maybe sophomore.
Yeah.
Very late high school era.
No, it premiered junior. It premiered, like, right when I moved to Colorado.
All right, so we were in high school when it came out, and I remember seeing all those cool water tower scenes. Mm-hmm. And I just remember wishing, I was like, God damn it, I wish there was a water tower in my town, because I just want to go hang out with my buds on the top of the water tower and look over at the town and talk shit about it, and, I don't know, maybe have my goofy friend fall off it, because, I don't know, doesn't Kelso fall off it at one point in time? I feel like he does.
Yeah, Kelso falls off multiple times.
How did he not die?
I don't know. Like, even Eric falls off at one point.
Because there wasn't a water tower in the town that I grew up in, but, when I got a little bit older, I've driven by water towers, and they're taller than most two-story houses. And I feel that if you fall off a two-story house, you're going to break a bone or two. Mm-hmm. Like a serious bone?
Like, legit, when I lived in Minnesota, the water tower was, like, down the street. And that thing was tall. That was taller than the buildings, like most of the buildings in town.
I'd say that's a death drop. Unless there's a trampoline or something underneath, or one of those things that... awnings.
The only thing I can think is taking away from the show is there's always, like, there's vegetation all around it.
Break the fall.
Is that he would fall into, like, bushes and stuff and break his fall.
Oh, like along the way, there's trees and branches that slow down the fall.
Or like he'd fall into like a bush or something,
I feel like he'd be cut up though. He'd be also like maybe he'd survive. Mm-hmm. It would soften the blow, but he'd be all scratched up and he'd have cuts and abrasions all over his face. And there's a hot episode of him just like walking around with band-aids all over his face. But no, we never see it.
Yeah.
I guess we're just supposed to just take the show for what it is, because it's very inconsistent with a lot of things such as time frames and things of that nature.
I mean, early on it was very consistent with the time frame, but as it went on, they had to be a lot looser. Well, or they were going to end up in the 80s.
Yeah, well, I mean, they made the mistake of starting in 1976. Maybe they didn't anticipate the show being take off in such as the way it did. So
yeah,
it was like 1978, 1979 for maybe 4 years total. But yet, they would go through the seasons. Mm-hmm. You'd be like, wait a second, how is it still 1977? And, they've graduated high school. They've gone to college. They've maybe almost finished college. What's going on?
Yeah.
Are they in a weird time vortex?
That's one of the things that I like about the Goldbergs is they don't have it set specifically in a specific year in the 80s. It's like 1980 something.
Yeah, so you could do an episode about the Gremlins.
And then they can allow that blur through, because everything's through Adam's memories. They can allow that blur of inconsistencies for him.
Yeah, see, that's the sense that I've gotten about the Goldbergs is it's Adam's recalling back, but his memory is kind of fuzzy in the way that my memory is kind of fuzzy. So I kind of sometimes mix things up as happen around the same time. That 70s show takes place from a weird point of view. It's not anyone's point of view. It's just kind of just us peeking into their lives kind of thing.
Yeah.
Lori comes back from college. She's, Red makes the announcement that Eric's got to sleep in the basement for the next couple of days because Lori has one of her friends coming back from college, which is kind of weird. I'm like, this girl don't have family or something?
Well, okay, so my thought is maybe her family. Okay, because it's like a Wednesday. It's like the day before Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
A lot of colleges don't still have classes that week. I don't know, because the college I went to, we had that whole week off, so we weren't getting kicked off campus Wednesday and had to be home Thursday for Thanksgiving. We had that whole week.
Yeah, kind of.
But a lot of colleges have classes up until that Wednesday, and then they have to go home for the 4-day weekend and then come back. So I think maybe.
Yeah, we've talked about that before.
Yeah, so I think maybe instead of traveling to wherever her family was, Florida, which would maybe be too expensive to fly or whatever, or too long on a bus.
Yeah.
So she's going to go home with her friend Lori instead. Because Lori's bus is maybe a 2-hour ride.
Yeah, I always got the sense that she was very close by because the character would just pop in and out at random.
Mm-hmm.
She would come home for a weekend or something. So, she could always just hop on a bus or a train or whatever, get a ride from one of her boy toys, could take her home. She wants to go back and get her Fleetwood Mac record.
Exactly.
Because she left it in her bedroom.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so Lori comes back. She has this hot friend, Kate. And at first, Eric's very reluctant to give up his bedroom because, he's like, oh, God, I just want to just sleep in my room. The basement gets cold. We don't got heat down there. It's chilly. It's fine to hang out in, but,
I mean, yeah, it's a freaking basement. Basements get cold.
I mean, I've lived in basements before, and they get cold. Even if you throw heating technology down there, such as a space heater or something, as soon as you shut that space heater off, 15 minutes later, it's back to, 50 degrees inside there, and you're shivering, and you're freezing to death, and, you sleep in a Parker. It's like you're in Hoth, and The Empire Strikes Back.
Exactly. This is why we would be recording episodes in the summer, and you would be in a tank top, and I would be bundled up in a freaking hoodie because I'd be in the basement freezing my ass off.
Eric's pissed. He's upset. And then all of a sudden, Lori, hops off the bus. Yeah. He sees Kate, and he's just instantly smitten. And he's, he immediately shouts to her, "Oh, you can sleep in my room."
Yeah.
Oh.
As teenage boys are apt to do.
Yeah, all right, yeah. So he's straight up, 16 at this point? He's driving age, I think.
Yeah.
Because they can borrow the station wagon. It's at that point, right?
Yeah, they can borrow the station wagon. Eric has his driver's license, but he's not driving all the time. He doesn't have his own job yet.
It's the gas crisis. They can push the car around town. They can push the car. They can get maybe Kelso and Fez to push the car.
Yeah.
Push Donna and Eric on a date. And question, I try to remember the whole chronology of the show. Eric and Donna, they've smooched by this point, but they're not officially a couple yet, right?
I think so, because
they're teetering on that edge, will they, won't they?
Hyde is still trying to make a play for Donna. At this point.
Okay, but there's definitely tension between Donna and Eric. There's a sexual attraction. They've smooched. I don't know, they've made out a few times, but I guess Donna's waiting for Eric to, pull the trigger, and Eric just hasn't quite pulled the trigger yet, and he's working up to it. He's building up the courage, I guess, so to say.
Yeah, they're in this weird place where they don't know how to really proceed. They know they like each other, but they're 16 and this is new to them and they don't even know what they're doing. So
plus they have that whole history where they were friends since kindergarten. They used to play hide and seek and kick the can together and stuff. So that's a little awkward.
Exactly.
It's like the chick that you used to climb ropes with, and all of a sudden she's got a body, she's got bosoms, and she wears makeup, and she looks hot. And he's confused. He's like, oh, this is my buddy. This would be like if I dated Hyde.
Exactly. So he's in this weird, they're in this weird place where they're seeing each other as a boy and a girl and not just Eric and Donna.
Yeah, and he's still a teen. He's still a teen that gets horny, so he sees a hot chick's living in his bedroom, and right off the bat, Kate throws herself at him.
Yeah, she throws herself at this 16-year-old.
It's nearing the end of the semester. She's probably stressed. She's got a few weeks left of classes. She's probably gearing up for finals. It's post-midterm. I don't know what her major is, but she's probably been studying around the clock. She's just going to get through this last wing of school. Maybe she didn't have time to go to all these little frat parties and stuff, so...
She's friends with Lori. You're telling me this girl's got her nose stuck in a book all the time?
You know what? I have a hot theory. I have a hot theory on Kate. She probably... Is this their first semester? Is this Lori and Kate's first semester away?
It is.
They went away in August. They partied hardied. Lori, still parties for sure. But I can see Kate. Kate moved there from Florida. Her family sent her away. She really wanted to go to the University of Wisconsin, or where the fuck they went. I don't know where they went. I don't know what school they go to.
University of Wisconsin.
I don't know. Maybe there's a hot program that Kate wanted to get into. This is the only school in the country that I offered it in 1976. Is this like the age of financial aid? I don't really know. Is that a thing, or do people just pay for college on their own in 1976? So there's a lot riding on Kate's future.
Okay, it's my understanding that in 1970s, like, you could work a job for the summer,
and pay for college,
make minimum wage, and be able to pay for your tuition and housing for the year.
All right, so
if you saved it. So
maybe Kate didn't work this summer. You know what? She just wanted to party hardy, and her dad was like, I'll pay for you, Kate. You're going off to a great school. You're going to be a marine biologist. You're going to go to Wisconsin to become a marine biologist. Which is, I guess, it's funny because it's not a place you would go to be a marine biologist. But
yeah,
she kind of fucked up maybe the first couple of weeks of class. She was partying with Lori too much, and her grades slipped. And I don't know, her advisor was like, look, Kate, you're on thin ice. You're on thin ice, girl. We don't want to suspend you, so you gotta pull A's in order to stay at a C average, and not be on probation, not be on academic probation. And she's like, oh shit. So she's trying to pull it all together real quick. She's been doing good. And she gets this hot weekend. At Point Pleasant, Wisconsin, with her gal pal Lori, and all that stress of studying has really taking a toll on her body, and she just wants to have a fling, like a Thanksgiving fling. And
yeah, I
don't know, the first boy she sees is Eric Foreman, and I don't know, he's a catch, he's cute, he's adorable,
he's cute.
I don't know,
I'll pretty much watch anything with Topher Grace in it. So
I guess Kelso's supposed to be the stud, but I don't know, maybe Kate's not here for it. She's seen a bunch of frat boys. Over the last couple of months. She's just tired of that type. She just wants a different type of guy. Hyde's just a little too out there for her. I don't know, Fez is Fez. She's like, Fez is probably gay. He's probably, I don't know, probably one of them homosexuals.
Pretty much everybody thinks Fez is gay.
He is, right? Right?
He ends the series with Jackie. So I don't know.
Maybe Jackie's his beard, let's be real. All right, so she has an attraction for Eric. Eric's kind of blown away by this because he's not used to girls of that caliber, I guess, coming at him, throwing themselves at him. He's
not used to a girl throwing herself at him at all.
True.
That's why he and Donna are like in this weird space where they don't know what they're doing because they're trying to figure out, like, WTF? What is this?
Yeah, Eric's got no game. He's got zero game. All right, so there's a point where Eric, I guess, has to go up into his bedroom, and I don't know, he's just gonna change it to his PJs, and
yeah, he's just gotta get stuff out of his bedroom. Like, there was no warning. Kitty didn't tell him until they were at the
bus
place, at the bus station. Oh yeah, Lori's bringing home a friend. You gotta sleep in the basement. So it wasn't like he had time to prepare. It's not like he cleaned his room or anything.
Yeah, he didn't have time to, clean all the snacks underneath, like the trash that he throws under his bed. And I don't know, his Playboy magazine's probably like in the nightstand drawer, like right there, right out in the open.
Yeah.
Probably got all kinds of crazy stuff. And so But, he didn't have time to gather some clothes and some underwear and PJs and stuff. And I don't know, he's going to have to wear long underwear thermals because, it's the basement, so it's going to be freezing.
Yeah.
So he swings by his bedroom and he opens up the door and Kate's just kind of sitting on the bed. She's sitting on top of the unmade bed, very seductively, may I add. She's like, "Oh, Eric, hey, glad you can swing by."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Yeah, I just, it's my room. Just came by to get my underwear." She's like, "Oh, well, why don't you sit down and we could talk about your life?" And I don't know, they just immediately go at it. They just start making out, and they do that thing where they just kind of smush faces. He falls on top of her, and it just kind of ends right there. It's over. It ends. And, he's like, he starts thinking about things that aren't sexy. He's like, dinosaurs, dragons, mom's cooking, turkey dinners.
Yeah.
We get one of those point of view shots. And he successfully escapes a boner and just escapes the room without grabbing his PJ pants. Now it's the next day. It's the next morning or after, I don't know, it's the next day at some point, and they're at their, the arcade or the restaurant they hang out at.
The timeline is a little funky on this whole thing.
Yeah, it looks dark.
Because it's like it's gotta be like the next morning or something, and it's gotta be early or it's like a gloomy day or something. Because, it looked more like it was night, but Kitty's at making appetizers. She's doing peanut butter and celery sticks. I'm wondering if the Pilgrims were smart enough to do this. But you can tell she's got stuff ready for Thanksgiving dinner.
And so Mama Foreman is just endlessly calling around the clock too, by the way. So we kind of get a B storyline where Kitty's stressed. Kitty is fucking level 10 stressed over the thought of Mrs. Foreman coming by because she's critical of her cooking. Highly critical of her in general. And there's a point in the episode where Kitty's talking to Bob's wife. I forget her name. Midge. Talking to Midge. And Kitty's just like, "I wish I married Bob Bowers." And Midge is like, "Why?" And she's like, "Because his mother's dead." And, I don't have to deal with this constant nagging.
This woman has called. It's, okay, let's say it's 7 o'clock in the morning. Let's just say it's 7 o'clock in the morning, and this woman has already called multiple times today about this meal.
Like clockwork. She calls every half hour.
Yeah.
I pictured her calling up at it's 7 o'clock, and she's like, did you glaze the ham? And,
we're not having ham, you bitch. We're having turkey. There's no ham to glaze.
Did you preheat the oven? And she's like, "Yes, I fucking preheated the fucking oven." Jesus Christ, stop calling.
It's are you stuffing the turkey? Because you have to add time. No, I'm not stuffing the stuffing in the turkey. I'm not a heathen.
Did you put the little tiny chef hats on the turkey legs? Whatever those things are called. Yes, Mrs. Foreman. Yes, I did. Mm-hmm. And then, so finally, it's the 8th time the phone rings. Kitty yells at Red and is like, "Red, just answer the phone. I know it's your mother." And he's like, "No, I'm not answering the phone." And she's like, "Answer the fucking phone, Red."
He's like, "I'm fixing this drawer." And
Red answers the phone, and he's like, "Yes, hi, Mother. Yes, she's right here. It's for you." And we just get this devil eyes look on Kitty's face. Mm-hmm. Kitty hates the holidays. That's what I gather. You know what?
Okay, so here's the thing. A lot of times, the wife has to do the majority of making the holidays, making it special, decorating, doing the cooking, kind of falls on the woman to do that.
And she probably swung a night shift at the hospital. She's probably been up all night. She's tired.
Yeah.
Just exhausted. She's been, I don't know, wiping people's bums all night. And she comes home and she just wants to, sit on the couch, put on, I don't know, watch her stories and drink a glass of wine and fall asleep. Maybe wake up and make a light dinner for the family, but nope. She has this whole undertaking. She has to make dinner for the whole family, plus the extended family, plus, I don't know, the random friend who shows up in town. Kate.
Yeah.
And she's had it. She's had it. Plus, Red's lost his job, so money's tight, and I don't know, and she's really got to spread her recipes thin. That's why she's got peanut butter and celery sticks.
Because,
she's like, "We're not having pie this year."
No, she made pie. She made a lot of stuff. Like, it was a very simple Thanksgiving in this episode. It was the turkey, it was peas and carrots, there was dressing, there was cranberry sauce, there were some rolls, and a couple other side dishes I couldn't quite identify. I'm going to take a guess that there was probably some ambrosia.
Hold on. Side story. I love, because we've talked about this before we recorded. You are just obsessed with what fucking Kitty Foreman cooks on holiday episodes of that 70s show. Because
I'm just like obsessed about like what Eddie, but like, okay, I totally like went and looked up like what was popular for Thanksgiving in the 70s. And it was a wild ride of like 70s dinner party recipes. Like, there was some stuff where I was just like, OMG, why would you like think to make that? And then there was some stuff I'm like, yeah, I totally get it. Like ambrosia, that fruit salad with the marshmallows and the Cool Whip.
What's that Jell-O mold with like the things floating inside of it? Probably one of those.
Yeah.
All right. I just have this vision of Cat Halstead, the author, watching the show. As soon as they show the kitchen, they show, Kitty just like slaving over the kitchen counter, just putting all this together. Cat pauses it. She busts out her camera phone and just snapping pics from, every camera change, every camera angle change, so she can get, a piece of the pie of what's on the table. She's like, I need to know what that bitch is making. She's zooming in, doing that little finger swipe where you zoom in closer. And she's like, oh shit, it's ambrosia. Look at that. It's a Jell-O mold. Little jiggly Jell-O mold. And then she's on her little, Epicurious site, trying to find this similar recipe that Kitty Foreman probably made.
I mean,
All I know is by the time this episode drops, after this episode drops, I want an hour later, I want there to either be a blog post of a recipe, of a Kitty Foreman recipe, or a video of Kitty in the kitchen.
I will see what I can do. Hold on, let me go here into my Walmart grocery app.
Add all the stuff.
What should I make?
Make some ambrosia. Because I literally have no idea what that is.
Ambrosia? Okay.
You just said what it was, and I was like, okay.
It's one of those salads with the marshmallows.
I gotta Google a hot pic of it. I'm fucking...
And the fruit.
Curious about this. Oh, yeah. You know what? That does not look appetizing at all.
It's so fucking good.
Is it?
Yes.
To me, it looks like, you know what? I'm eating a salad at my, at an outside diner in New York City, on the night that the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man invaded and the Ghostbusters vanquished him, and then the marshmallow blew all over town and it landed on my salad. That's all that looks like to me.
Oh my goodness.
I don't know. It doesn't look appetizing to me. I mean, maybe it's delicious. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't knock it till I try it.
It's so good. I mean, okay, if she didn't do an ambrosia salad, 1976... What year was Watergate?
Around this time, 75, 76, I think.
I think it was, huh? Because then there'd be she could have maybe done a Watergate salad, which is pistachio pudding mix based with marshmallows, pineapple, nuts, and fluffy whipped topping.
Oh, Watergate salad?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I'm so excited. If you don't have time to make an ambrosia salad, I want a Watergate salad video. I am not a crook.
A Watergate salad. Okay. I'm going to go put pistachio pudding, crushed pineapple, and walnuts in my shopping cart right now because I already have miniature marshmallows.
So get ready, gang. Get ready, girls. Get ready. Hot video of Kitty Cat in the kitchen making a Watergate salad.
Oh my gosh.
And if you're lucky, maybe you'll get an ambrosia. Who knows? Maybe she'll do double duty. Because you know what? She's going to have a blast.
Oh, my goodness.
I know you're going to have a blast, and you're just going to say, fuck it, and you're going to do a second one. I know you are.
Dude, I'm going to eat this like crazy.
100% that bitch. All right. Shall we wrap up the episode?
Yeah. So, Donna finds out that Eric made out with what's-her-face, Kate, and gets all pissed off.
Well, at first, before that happens, we get a scene where Jackie... They're out somewhere. They're out there. They're like one of their hangout places. That's not the basement. That little.
They're at the hub.
The hub, yeah. And all the guys are circled around Eric, and they're like, "Is she hot? What's she look like? What's she smell like? Did you see her naked yet? Did you see her step out of the bathroom in a towel?" They're hanging on every word. Jackie and Donna are there. They're just kind of just sitting there, just eye rolling. And Jackie pulls Donna aside, and Jackie's like, Donna, what are you going to do about this? And Donna, at first, she doesn't seem that concerned. She's just like, oh, boys will be boys kind of thing. And she's like, no, like, this is serious. This is serious, Donna.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? You're going to allow this to happen. Next thing you know, Eric is just going to slip through your fingers. He's going to be with an older girl. He's not going to want some dumb high school girl. You need to do something about it. And
yeah,
the kiss happens. I don't know if it's already happened yet or it's about to happen, but it ends up happening. And now the gang's in the basement, and Eric's kind of filling him in on the details of like what it was like. It was like one of those TV movie kisses where, you know, it's like Casablanca quality. You know, it's just one of those ones where they just got sucked into it. Kate had a really long tongue. The tongue went down his throat, down his esophagus, and Eric's like, I gotta tell Donna. And the guy's like, no, you do not tell Donna. You know what? Kate's gonna be gone in 2 days. You'll probably never see her again. Just, you know, let this be a hot fling you had. And Donna shows up. Donna walks in, and Eric's like, I kissed Kate. And then the gang like immediately disperse, like, whoa, we're out of here, kind of thing. And Donna's shook.
Yeah.
I think she's trying to put up a front. She's trying to make it seem like she's not upset, but
she's pissed.
She's visually upset. She's pissed, and she kind of storms out of there. And Red overhears it because, you know, now the guys upstairs are talking about it, and Red's like, what? Eric did what? That dumbass?
Yes, I think this might be the first time he called him a dumbass.
Really? You think so?
It might be, yes.
Ooh.
It's this or the Halloween episode is the first time.
I'm trying to remember, because we did the Halloween episode 5 years ago. So I'm trying to remember.
I don't know. I was going to listen to that episode before we recorded, but I didn't get a chance.
Well,
I was going to listen to both our past That 70 Shows episodes.
Well, because I think we did the final episode, which does or the New Year's Eve. We've done a few of them. Haven't we done a few of them?
Yeah, we've done like 2.
There's one where there's a flashback to the very first time that Red ever says dumbass.
Yeah, and it's that's in the finale episode.
Okay. All right. So maybe, you know what, maybe this was the first time we said dumbass because we really didn't get the big laugh, the big studio audience laugh when he said it, which I thought was kind of weird.
Exactly.
Because I feel like we get, you know, he calls somebody a dumbass, and then there's that 10-second pause to let the audience go wild, kind of like when Al Bundy would walk in from A Day at the Shoe Store kind of thing.
Yeah, I feel like this is because we're still early in the series.
Yeah, I could see it. All right, I don't know. Yeah, because we're ironing out a lot of kinks. There's definitely a lot of wrinkles in this episode.
Early episodes, they're finding their footing, they're finding the characters and all that.
It's Thanksgiving dinner. For some reason, I guess the Pinciottis are going to come over too. I forgot. So
they're going to come over for pie. Like, this is what, yeah. So it looks like they have, like, the whole neighborhood over for pie after dinner. After the kids have forgotten to go pick up Grandma. And Kitty holds the meal. Kitty's pissed.
So they're about to eat. All of a sudden, the phone rings. And Kitty goes, wait a second. We forgot Grandma. So.
And she answers the phone, and she's like, no. I sent the kids a half an hour ago to get you. We've been waiting for you.
The kids get there, and the grandmother decides she doesn't want to go there anymore.
Yeah.
I don't know. Another strike against her. I feel like Kitty has a lot of strikes against her with Mama Foreman.
Yeah.
She just lives in fear of this woman. You know what?
I mean, she's a scary woman.
Do you know what I would like to think? If for whatever reason, if it was in 1998, if Joan Crawford was still alive, Joan Crawford would have made a great Mama Foreman.
Oh my God. Totally.
Kind of has that fear, you know, that mommy dearest, wire hangers kind of fear to her. And I could see Kitty being Christina, whatever her name is, in this relationship. It's great. I love it. I wish we could make it happen.
In another day, in another era.
When we get the DeLorean.
Another timeline.
Yeah, when we can go back in time and we can handpick actresses and bring them to another place. That's what we're going to do. We're going to bring Joan Crawford and the actress who plays Kitty. I forget her name.
Deborah Jo Rupp.
Friend of the show, Deborah Jo Rupp. Gal pal. Fun gal pal. All around great gal. You know what? Who doesn't really get her dues? I wish she would do more things.
She works like a lot, but
Bit parts, though.
I'm trying to think what the last thing I saw her in was, and it was probably an episode of This Is Us a couple years ago.
Yeah, she does like bit pieces on things. Like she's appeared in Friends, she's in Big, she's in like at least one episode of Seinfeld that I know of.
Oh yeah, she's in the episode where he misses the plane.
She did 10 episodes of The Ranch.
Oh yes, that's right. That's right because she plays the mother-in-law on The Ranch. She plays
Yes.
Holt's mother-in-law. That's what I last saw her in, The Ranch.
She's got some movie credits though too, some recent movie credits. Nothing I've heard of, but I don't know.
She works a lot.
I just, you know what? Next fall, someone's got to put her in something. You know what? I think she needs a good vehicle. She needs a good starring role. Maybe one of those retirement era sitcoms where, you know, it's like two gal pals are retired, kind of like Gracie and Frankie type show.
Yeah.
Just two late in life gals who just kind of like a buddy comedy. I could see her in one of those. I don't know. Like who can we pair her up with? Who can we pair up Deborah Jo up with? Linda Lavin, maybe?
No. I don't see that gelling. I think. Oh gosh. I don't know who. That's a good question. You gotta find for something like that, it's gotta be like the right pair, you know?
You know what? Do you know what'd be wild? Hear me out. You might say no at first, but this girl can do comedy. Her and Bette Midler.
I could kind of see that.
They're both kind of manic in their ways. You know, Bette Midler can kind of play a quirky character. She can be out there and very upbeat. And we obviously know Deborah Jo Rupp can do that. So I could just see the two of them together. Maybe they're divorcees. Hot divorcees, and or you know what? Maybe they're widows. Yeah, you know what? Let's make them widows. They've been widows for a couple of years. They've been roommates, and they've been living together for 5 years, and they decided to get back into the dating pool. Mm-hmm. And, you know, we'll have like a hot episode where, you know, this is their first time out there. This is their first time getting their feet wet. And, you know, it's been many, many years since they've last been out there. And, you know, they go to a bar and, you know, they accidentally walk into a gay bar or something. Like, I could just see something like that.
Okay.
Or, you know, it's a drag show and they don't know what to do. And then there's another episode where, you know, Deborah Jo Rupp accidentally finds herself with like a college guy and, you know, they don't know how to handle it and they end up just mothering him. They end up just mothering the kid.
Okay. I see where you're going.
Yeah. Just these kind of fun, getting them back out there. And then after maybe a season, maybe near the end of season 1, you introduce a distinguished older actor who becomes a love interest for maybe one of the girls. I'm trying to think of who we could throw in there. Gerald McCraney. I don't know.
Yeah, you could. Yeah, actually.
Yeah, throw in Gerald McCraney. Maybe he's
the brother of one of them, and he's the love interest of the other.
Yeah. I like that dynamic. And then it kind of creates a little bit of animosity between the girls because you know what?
Yeah.
You know what? Now she's dating my brother. I don't want this. This is gonna ruin our dynamic.
Yeah.
Ugh, what's going on? Now all of a sudden she's my sister-in-law, and I can't have that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can see it. And I don't know, maybe like a fun actress could play one of their daughters.
Ooh, Deborah Messing and
Taya Leone.
Yes.
You know what, Madam Secretary, still on, but maybe it gets canceled. Who knows?
She just guest stars as a daughter.
Yeah, she's not in every episode. She's in like in the holiday eps. She's in like she comes around for Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Maybe they have a wedding that they go to at the end of the season.
Yeah, it's like, oh, hey, my daughter's coming in, and there's Taya Leone, and then the other daughter, Deborah Messing, shows up, and they were like high school rivals, but their mothers were always like best friends.
And all right, you know what? I have another idea too. So Bette Midler and Gerald McCraney are brother and sister, and Deborah Jo Rupp and Gerald McCraney, like they've known each other for many years. They've been at odds with.
There's always like a flirtation between them,
but they've been kind of arguing they kind of argue with each other too, and I could just see them.
Yeah.
You know, we'll have an episode where they just absolutely hate each other, and then they go to Taya Leone's wedding, and they end up sleeping with each other. Like, the episode ends with Bette Midler walks into to Deborah Jo Rupp's like hotel room because they're staying at a hotel for the wedding, and it's Gerald McCraney and Deborah Jo Rupp are in bed together, and she's like, "What? And it's
like when Ross walks. No, it should be like when Ross walks in on Chandler and Monica and doesn't know Monica's in the bed.
Oh yeah. Let's kind of recreate that iconic moment in a way. Yeah, I like it.
Yeah,
I dig it. I stand. I'm down. Deborah Jo Rupp, if you hear this, tweet us. Maybe we can get a production crew going. We can get some writing staff.
Deborah Jo Rupp, Bette Midler, our Mother Nature, call us, tweet us, let's set something up.
Yeah, we could put it on it could be a Spectrum original series or one of those Peacock app. I don't fucking know where we can put it. We'll put it on a streaming app though, because that's the wave of the future.
Yes.
Wave of the future. All right. Did we miss anything on That 70s Show? Did we wrap up? I don't even know.
Donna and Eric make up.
Yeah.
Okay, so Donna and Eric make up, and he kisses her and he uses tongue. So this is the first time he's tongue kissed Donna.
Oh yeah.
Because he just learned it from Kate, and then Donna has that moment where she has to think about a few things.
Oh.
And we also have that Bob has offered Red a part-time job at his store. And Red's like, oh, I don't need that job. Red's trying to be the big man. And then Kitty talks to Red and she's like, Lori wants a portable TV for her dorm room for Christmas. And Eric wants a cassette player or something.
An 8-track.
No, I think he actually wants a cassette player, but everybody gives him 8 tracks.
So is this the dawn of cassettes? Is this that era where cassettes were really starting to emerge?
I think it's that area where both were out. But everybody was moving towards 8-track, and Eric's like, I want a cassette player.
And he ends up being right.
And so Red takes the job with Bob, and we get some good Bob and Red stuff in the next few episodes.
Yeah, we get that kind of Bob and Red dynamic, and it just kind of it further cements their love-hate relationship with each other. Because Red hates Bob. Red thinks Bob's just a fucking Oompa Loompa. And he just now he's like, now he has to be my boss? What? At a fucking...
He's like, just remember at the store, it's Mr. Pinciotti. And Red is like, no, Bob. No.
All right. And then for our closing scene, we get that point of view shot where we now see the rest of the guys trying to pick up Kate before she leaves. So we get just Kelso, Hyde, and Fez talking to the camera, but it's supposed to be Kate.
Mm-hmm.
And they're all dropping their lines. And then Fez has the best one. It's the last line of the episode. And then he says, can I see your really long tongue? And then it just cuts to black. And I was like, whoa. I know where Fez's mind was.
Yeah.
Ooga. Yeah. So all in all, I think on a scale of 1 out of 5, 1 out of 5 long tongues, I'm going to give this episode a 2.5.
Yeah,
give it a 2.5.
It's a good place to jump in. Because, nothing is solid yet for the characters. They're still finding their footing. And we've talked about how holiday episodes are good places to jump into a show. Because you quickly learn the dynamics.
Yeah, this is kind of things have definitely happened on the show.
Yeah.
And they reiterate a lot of the things.
Yeah.
That we know that we know that Eric and Donna kissed. We know that Red lost his hours at the plant. We know that there's, financial situations going on in the family.
Yeah.
It reiterates a lot of the things that are going on in this house, and it just kind of resets the pieces. It's just resetting the board. And I think we kind of get it again with the Christmas episode.
So it's a good place to jump in. They're starting to find their footing. They're starting to figure out who these characters really are,
That 70s Show was in development hell, I think, for the year before it came out. And it went under name changes. I think there was even several pilots.
Mm-hmm.
And Fox, I don't think they didn't put a lot of effort into the show. And then all of a sudden it kind of became a sleeper hit for them. And so now they kind of had to, make some adjustments, make some fine tuning. Because, the show was actually proven to be growing hit for them. And it worked. So great. And it gets better. I think the show really, really peaks in the second season.
Yeah, it really starts. It's just now starting to find its way.
So this is probably the point where, they probably, when they aired the first episode, they probably had the first batch of episodes, the first 6 or 7 already produced and in the can ready to go. And this is probably the first episode that, they're working on as the show premiered and was actually a bit of a modest hit for the network. So
yeah,
they're now starting to take into effect a lot of the the suggestions from the network and fans and things of that nature.
Yeah, exactly.
Lori kind of pops in and out, but as the years went on, the character the actress obviously was a hot mess, but they kind of downplay the character a lot. They don't really use her as much. Midge kind of goes away.
Yeah, that was because she was off taking care of her sick husband, I believe.
Yeah, I think you're right. And they really played up a lot more on the goofy aspects of it and the 70s stunt casting, which proved to be popular for them.
Yeah.
And we get a lot of fantasy episodes. So like there's an episode where they're all like, they reenact Star Wars, I think, at one point, because Star Wars had just come out.
Yeah, like, but not like so in your face. It's very like, it's still downplayed. It finds its way, it figures out who the characters are a little later on. The season 5 Thanksgiving episode is actually it's a lot more entertaining. And Kitty goes into baking glory in that episode. She's baking like the whole damn time.
We might have an undertaking for next year then. Put it on the list, Kat. Put in the list. Put up season 5 Kitty Thanksgiving. We can see Deborah Jo Rupp at her full-blown insanity. So get ready. I'm excited for next week.
I am too.
We're doing our Thanksgiving finale, I think, right?
Yes, I believe so.
Before we go into ho ho ho.
Yes, before we get to the holly jolly time.
All right, so this is a show. We've talked about it a lot the last couple of months because, as Kat Halstead, the author, has teased, she underwent an insane rewatch of the series, which we've talked about in depth on the show.
Yes, I actually just finished my rewatch the other night, 2 nights ago.
Yes, I got a hot text that said I finished the rewatch, and I don't know. I gave you the thumbs up emoji. I congratulated you on a task well done. You're probably very emotional. Times were had. You had to say goodbye to your friends, where everyone knew your name. You know what? On our little video chat right now, I can see your little crocodile tears right now. So what are we doing next week, Kat? What are we doing?
Yes, we're doing we're doing one of 2. Okay, Cheers has 2 Thanksgiving episodes. This is definitely the better Thanksgiving episode.
It's a Rebecca era, I believe. We're doing a Rebecca era.
No, we are doing a Diane era. We are doing season 5, so we are in the Diane years.
Oh, we are. Okay, I did not know that.
Though, to be fair, the Rebecca era is superior.
All right, so we've decided that when we do Cheers, we're going to flip-flop. We're going to do Diane, Rebecca. We're going to kind of yo-yo. All right.
I mean, I have watched the entire series, and I just story-wise, character-wise, it's much the character of Rebecca fits so much better than the character of Diane.
It's the one I know more. It's the one that I watched more of, I think, only because of my fascination with Kirstie Alley on Look Who's Talking when I was a child. So I was more drawn to those episodes as opposed to the Diane eps.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are slowly talking through it. So I haven't really done a heavy Cheers rewatch. Maybe when I do my Cheers rewatch, maybe I'll watch a couple episodes. Maybe I'll do 2 Diane episodes. I'll do 2 Rebecca episodes. Then I'll watch the Thanksgiving one, and then I don't know. We'll have a you know what? Maybe we'll have a debate. We'll have a hot debate for once and for all. Maybe I'll be Team Diane. You'll be Team Rebecca. And we each have to make our cases. We have to make our case. Maybe we can have a judge. Maybe we can have an impartial judge rule over us. We'll figure it out.
Okay, who would be our impartial judge? Steven!
Okay, yeah.
Steven, he's never watched...
I know we don't do guests, but we're going to do a guest.
Hold on, we're going to text him right now and get him in for this Cheers episode. Hold on. Should we invite Jill? I think we do. I think we have to. All
right, we might be doing a big undertaking here. We might be doing a huge undertaking.
This might be insane. I don't know what we're doing.
We might not be ready for it. Maybe we'll have to do our Thanksgiving episode separate and then do a Cheers court. We'll do Cheers court. It'll be like the last episode of Seinfeld where we just bring all these people in and they state their case.
Just these random people.
We'll just have a revolving door. We'll just do man on the street. Just interview random people and ask them what their hot take is. That might be the easiest way to do it, so we don't have 7 people on a podcast line. It's like a party line.
Wait, should we just have them call in and leave a message?
Yeah, you know what? That might be a good idea.
Hold on, let me get the phone number. I have the Salty Rock Media phone number somewhere.
We have a phone number?
We totally do.
It's like a voicemail line?
Yeah, hold on.
Ooh, I'm excited. All right, so we can even have our fans call in and leave a recording.
Yes.
Like a voicemail, and then we'll...
Who's better, Rebecca or Diane?
So maybe if we get... All right, so then maybe we can put it in the Thanksgiving episode then. Because then we don't have to have all these people on the party line.
Okay. I gotta just find what the number is.
You know, I'm wildly surprised by this hotline that we had. I didn't know we had a hotline.
We totally do, because I have that Google Voice number. Like, where is this? Why will it not tell me what the number is?
I have an idea. We'll figure out the number, and then we'll edit it in post.
To call Salty Rock Media, dial 507-312-9226. Again, the number is 507-312-9226.
So where can you follow our wild adventures, Cat Hall, said the author?
You can follow us on Twitter at Very Podcast. You can follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Tumblr at A Very Special Podcast. Do not accept imitations. You can find us all over the place. We're on iHeartRadio, we're on Spotify, we're on YouTube, we're on iTunes, Podcast Addict, all your podcast loving apps and all that good stuff.
So follow us on everything that you have access to. Like us, subscribe to us, give us some hot reviews, tell us we're sexy people.
Rate us, leave us reviews.
Tell us who you like better, Rebecca or Diane. I don't know. Send us, just send us love. Just send us love, and we'll, I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll do more fun stuff for you, like have Cheers courts, TV court. So as always, girl, as always,
bye.
Watch the skies for the water tower that Kelso is probably falling off of right now.